Hello guys, how are you doing? It's your boy Dave Partner. We will be looking at Trump versus Biden. Trump versus Joe Biden. All right, who is winning the election so far? And what are the latest updates? If you're just tuning in now, make sure you click the like button. All right, share this video to your WhatsApp, Facebook, or Twitter. All right, so let's look at, and then in this show, you can actually dial in and then air your own opinion. Okay, so far so good. Just drop a comment if you're joining in. Let me be sure that I'm live and then you guys can see me. I can already see that some people have joined in so far, but just drop a comment. Say hello in the comment section. So let's look at who is winning. As at this time, it's morning time, almost 11 in Nigeria. And as you can see very clearly, Biden is way ahead of Trump, way ahead of Trump. And he's inching closer to the 270 vote win. Whoever gets to 270 votes first has secured the victory. Look at it. Biden is closer. Look at where Trump is, all the way away. So don't forget to drop your comments. Drop your comments. Let's be sure that we are live and you can see what we're doing. So Biden is way ahead, but don't conclude yet, because Mr. Trump might pull off a last-minute victory. All right, it might just be that this is the maximum electoral votes Biden can get. It is possible. I'm not saying it is certain. Okay. It is possible, but not certain that this is the maximum that Biden can get. Trump has already started complaining. He's alleging fraud. He said this is a fraud on the American people. This is a fraud. Give a speech. If you watched my earlier video before this, he said this is a fraud, that they are still counting votes in areas where they are supposed to have concluded. Said they are supposed to have ended the whole vote counting thing. Election has ended, and you're telling me that you are still allowing people to vote. You know, Trump has been raising alarm. Let's take a look at what the landscape looks like so far. Remember to drop comments. Drop comments. So look at this. The total votes so far, counted so far, Biden of the Democratic Party has 49.9% of the total votes, and Trump has 48.4%. So the difference is not really that much, but Biden is way ahead in terms of electoral vote. Look at it. 68 million votes and 66 million votes. Just 2 million votes ahead. Some of you Nigerians in the US, I would like to hear from you what you think the political landscape is looking like and who you think will eventually pull off a victory in this. I would like to hear from you guys. So, but the unique thing about this particular election is that, look, the third-party candidates seem not to have even gotten any real votes. Okay, like unlike before, that a lot of in the times of Trump and Hillary Clinton, this particular one, most people either don't want to hate Trump or love Trump, or hate Biden or love Biden. Most third-party candidates did not even pull weight. Honestly, being a Nigerian that is not in the US at this point, I never even knew there was any third-party candidates. I didn't even hear anything about them until this result sheet started showing up. Like, seriously, they didn't pull weight again. Trump kind of seriously polarized the US voters. People either want Trump to continue or not. That kind of thing. That's serious polarization. Now, as you can see here, there are some third-party candidates. Look at this. Joe Jorgensen, okay, her name is Libertarian Party. Her party's name is Libertarian Party. She has 0 electoral votes, zero. Total number of votes she has so far is 1.5 million. That's a lot, man. For you to pull off 1.5 million from a third party, that's a lot. So kudos to her, but that's just 1.1% of the whole thing. Okay, look at this. Howie Dawkins. How many electoral votes? Total of 0. He has 300,000 votes, all right, popular votes. Now, other candidates in total polled 344,000. Now, I don't know why people will step forward for a competition that is very, very clear that they will not win. You know what I'm saying? Imagine being in the US where Joe Biden and Donald Trump is slugging it out, and you step in and start competing your own, knowing that you don't have any strong party behind you, you don't have strong voter support, and so on and so forth. But I kind of salute their courage. Maybe one of the greatest achievements of someone in this lifetime would be to to um, to have contested for U.S. presidency. You know what that means, man? You put it, and your great grandchildren will be proud of you. You never know who's gonna come down your lineage and try to actualize that dream. You know what I'm saying? You never know who's gonna show up and say, "Hey, my great grandfather ran for the U.S. presidency." You know, he was an ex-presidential aspirant or contestant. All right, and this time I'm gonna make it work. And it could make people know you more in terms of knowing what you're into. Maybe if you're an author, people want to read your book to know what's inspiring you. And but that way, you start getting speeches. It might be a business move. You never know. You get maybe you run a business and it may be a good advert for people to know what your business is into. Don't forget that if you're watching this, drop a comment so I can know who is there. Okay, so the votes are changing now. Let's see whether the electoral votes have changed. Okay, none so far. This is live. In case you want to see this chart that I'm looking at now, just go to Google and type Trump vs. Biden. Can you see it? Trump Biden election. Once you type it, Google is going to show you live. Google is going to show you, look at Trump Biden election. Google is going to show you live. Now, it's not just the president. There are tabs here. You can click on the Senate. And then you see. So basically, right, on the Senate side, it kind of shows you what's going on that is not being reflected in the presidential election tab. Look at this. Keep your eye on this, right? On the presidential election tab, Biden is way ahead. Look at 238 and Trump is 213. On the Senate side, you see Trump's party has more votes, okay, 47 versus 45. You see? So that's why, even though it's not a good indicator, but it's looking like eventually Trump's base is going to pull off in terms of the electoral votes. So let's look at the House. 187 versus 181. So the Democrats are leading in the House. And then there's the whole ballot measures part. Okay, so you get an idea of what's happening. Now, if you want to drill down per states, maybe you want to check what's going on in your own state, you would see, you can select your state and see how the election went around in your states. Now, basically, roughly, this election seemed to be following the pattern of 2016 in the sense that wherever the president wins, that's where the senators also win. You know, that's what it seems. Then something unique about this is that a number of things have changed. The demography, the traditional states that used to vote Democrats, some now voted Republicans and vice versa. You know, I was watching an ABC News presenter saying that Trump has torn apart the Republican Party and reconstructed it into a Trump party. You know, traditional areas that used to be Republican are no longer, or maybe that used to be Democrats, or traditional voting lines has been reorganized. You understand? Trump was able to yank off some new territories and possibly even lose some other territories. So it's a great reorganization. In fact, in this election, there are some swing states that Trump won by large margins, unexpectedly. These are swing states that were really tough in 2016 for the Republican Party and all. But in this one, Trump won a lot. I think this chart should have something like that. Look at this. Swing states. Georgia, Trump is at 50%. Look at that. Michigan, Trump is at 51%. Remember that if you want to dial into this show, you can dial in, especially if you're in the US, I'd like to hear, or in Nigeria, where a church did a prayer walk and rally for Trump, and Trump tweeted it yesterday. Trump tweeted that video. Remember, I made that video, then I emailed them. I said, look, Nigeria is supporting you guys, so we are doing a rally for you guys. Before I knew it, Trump now tweeted it. So if you are in any country that you know that you want to talk about this, feel free to dial in, all right? So let's get back to what we were saying. So right here in Nevada, Biden won in Nevada, won 6 electoral votes. All right. Okay, there are 6 electoral votes in Nevada. Okay. Now so far, 67%. Biden is leading there. And in North Carolina, 94% reporting so far. And guess what? Trump won there. So these are huge swing states that Trump was able to capture. Okay, now New Hampshire, Biden was able to win 53%. That's a really large margin against Trump. Trump is at 45%. And even though they're still reporting, though, it's 88%. The city of Ohio, Trump won by 53%, reversing whatever in terms of percentage, though, that Biden did here. And then there's Texas. Okay, Trump was able to win Texas. Surprisingly, surprise, surprise. Who has a surprise that Trump was able to grab Texas? So at the end of the day, Trump seemed to have, in a way, roughly done well in the swing states. This is unexpected because of the way the elections went in the last election. Okay, but it's okay so far. That's the progress we're getting. There is hardly, there are some states that have been sealed. But basically, I believe that any states that have reported 94% is sealed already. Look at this. North Carolina, 94%. Trump is leading. Look at Wisconsin, 95%. It's kind of a tie. Biden is leading by just a very slight margin. And then look at this, 96% Florida, Trump won. Iowa, 99%, Trump won. Ohio, 94%, Trump won. Okay, so for me, any state that is up to 94% reporting is already sealed. I don't even need to see the end result. So let's take a look at other things that are developing in the elections. I have this from Vanity Fair. They are keeping tab hour by hour. So if you want to read hour by hour how things are developing, this is Vanity Fair. I think I should drop the link for some of you that want to keep tab in case you can watch the videos and stuff. Now, Biden has tweeted, he said, keep faith, guys, we're going to win this. Okay, now I saw a video on a news presenter on CNN attacking Trump, saying that Trump is inciting, something like that. Why would he declare a victory before the results are out? Why would he declare victory? But look at Joe Biden doing the same thing. So both of them are just essentially doing the same thing, declaring victory before the election is out, or before the final results are out. So now look at this. I want to compare something. I want to show you something. You know, Trump has been clashing with Twitter, the Twitter CEO, Jack Dorsey. Now look at this on Twitter. Compare what Biden wrote here, which is keep the faith, guys. We're going to win this. Compare it to what Trump they tweeted that Twitter blocked Trump's tweets like 4 or 5 hours ago. There's a certain tweet by Trump. Let's say Donald Trump. Okay, now look at this. Another news media say Donald Trump falsely declares victory against Joe Biden and says he would ask the U.S. Supreme Court to intervene, even as several battleground states continue to count votes. Now, this is the traditional fake news media because as Trump is doing that, Biden is doing that too. Both of them are declaring victory front and back. At this point, even though Biden is leading, I think it will be premature. It is premature for both of them to even declare victory. Now look at this tweet I was trying to show you. This is a tweet 4 hours ago by Trump, and Twitter blocked it. All right, Twitter blocked it. Look at this. And what is it? Trump said, "We are big, but they are trying to steal the election. We will never let them do it. Votes cannot be cast after the polls are closed." So, if you watch that speech by Trump that I just posted before this particular video, you will see that Trump was complaining that why are votes being counted? Why are they counting votes after the polls are closed? So Trump was basically complaining that he thought that he has won already. If you watch the video, look at it. It's on his Twitter handle. Let's look at his Twitter handle. He said he thought that he has already won. They were already throwing a big celebration, and all of a sudden, the numbers started changing. And he said, "What's happening?" And they found out that they're still counting votes after the polls are closed. Then Hillary Clinton, on the other hand, started tweeting back in counter, saying that I think Hillary Clinton tweeted first, saying that if you're in line and the polls end, that you still have your constitutional right to vote, that you should stay in line so that you can still vote. I'd like to know what you guys think, and I think I will be rounding up this broadcast soon, and I'll come right back once we're able to get the final results. I'll be right back, and if there's any other development, I'll be back to get you what you're looking for. Now, the thing is, make sure you subscribe. If you're watching this, make sure you hit that red subscribe button below. It's not enough, just turn on the notifications too. After clicking on that red button, there's a bell icon that will appear exactly at that place. Click on that too, all right, so that you can turn on the notifications. Thank you very much. Remember that you can always start an internet business. We've done some importation courses and also some YouTube courses, how to run your own YouTube channel and all, how to import from China and then dispatch the products. And these are side businesses you can run on the side while focusing on your main work or occupation. All right. I think I should put a link here before I close in. So check the live chat section now. You will see a link to our importation course. All right. So I've posted it now, and then YouTube course. So on my Facebook, though, I've been tracking people, and a lot of people are optimistic that Trump will win. But so far, this election is very, very unpredictable. There are some people, somebody in the UK fans are really, really strong fans, all right, especially in things that have to do with betting and things that have to do with like sports. In this election, somebody staked $5 million for that Trump will win. Then a woman yesterday staked, is it £1 million? £1 million that Joe Biden will win. It will be interesting to see which of them eventually grabs the victory. My Oye TV, I can see you. It will be interesting to see who grabs the victory. £1 million. You must be very rich. You know what I'm saying? You must be damn rich. All right, I'm ending the broadcast, guys. See you.